Happy Migraine Awareness Month, everybody. We are stronger together this year, celebrating what we get from being part of a support community all together. And talking to me today is Ella Snowden. Hello, Ella. How are you?
Hi, I'm good, thank you.
Thank you for joining us for Migraine Awareness Month 2024. Tell us a little bit about your migraine to start with.
I started getting them chronically maybe 6 or 7 years ago now. I was in my mid-teens, I think, at school where they started hitting quite hard. Spent a few years going through the motions of convincing people that it wasn't just a headache and trying different medications and finally getting referrals for scans and specialists and um, all that jazz. Finally got through to see a neurologist who I've been with for, I think, be about 5 years now.
Hmm.
And he's been spectacular. We've trialed multiple different injections, um, combinations of injections, that sort of thing. And now we're at a point where um, it's manageable. And yeah, we're down to a migraine a month on average, which is a
That's
big
pretty good.
improvement for me. Still not amazing, but it could be worse. Yeah, so I'm on Botox and Ajovi.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, started using the Avalux lenses in the last 2 months as well. So that's been helping because I work an office job. Um, yeah, yeah, it's been a long time getting to where we're at, but it's
It is
been
a
great.
really long, hard slog, isn't it, to get it under
Yeah,
control.
it
And
really
then
is.
it doesn't stop, right? Even if you get to a point like I got to where, I was literally at zero migraine days for a very long time.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop. You have to keep doing all the things because if you stop doing all the things, then it comes back. It doesn't go away.
Yeah, yeah. I had a big milestone, I think at the start of this year. I got to 40 days migraine free, which hadn't happened in in a very long time. So, it doesn't sound like much, but it was a big milestone for me. So like family was very excited. I was very excited. And then, day 41 hit and it was like, oh, there it is. So
So are you still able to work or any of that kind of stuff, or are you just
yeah.
full-time migraine warrior?
Um, well, both.
Mm.
Um, I am able to work full time. I still have days here and there where I just brain fog takes over and I'll be there physically, but I'm just not doing anything. I cannot focus. I am trying to fight falling asleep. I'm trying to, medicate to make sure that the little tingling sensations don't grow into something bigger.
Mm.
Um, but I've got like a really good work environment. They're very understanding with it all. So if I do get an attack, I can leave if need be or whatever. But and through university, because I graduated last year as well, my part-time job during that was very accommodating as well as my university. So I have been quite fortunate in the sense that I haven't had to sort of pick one or the other. Yeah, I've been quite lucky in that sense.
Well, it sounds like you've had a better time than some,
Yeah.
certainly. How
Yeah.
did you come to find Migraine Australia?
I kind of at the beginning of when we were still doing trials and scans and tests, I if I had a really bad attack, I can't sleep, I'm lying in absolute agony. I would kind of aggressively research just anything I could find because, if I was going to solve it, then maybe I could do it kind of thing. There had to be something out there that I hadn't tried yet. So I would just go through every format that I could find research on, and I just would come across so many different websites, and a lot of them were American based, and that kind of I was like, I just want something close to home, and then I found Migraine Australia, and I was like, oh, thank God, there's something, and that was where I first kind of had a moment of clarity that I wasn't alone because it expressed, it's not just a headache. It's actually a severe condition that affects a lot of people. And that was kind of where I went, okay, I'm not just carrying on over a headache. I actually have this condition, this disability that affects me and affects a lot of other people. And so I'm not just making it up. It wasn't like an imposter syndrome kind of thing. it made me feel kind of comfortable and accept that, yeah, I wasn't making anything up.
We hear that a lot. And what would you say is the best thing that you get from being part of the support community that is the Migraine Australia support groups?
For me, because my mum gets migraine as well, but um, she was lucky enough that the oral medications helped her a lot.
Mhm.
So she didn't have to progress as far into treatment as I did. But so I've always had her to, in a way, bond and feel comforted whenever I had an attack or anything like that. And I think having the Migraine Australia community has sort of broadened that community for me and that outreach. I get to see a lot more perspectives and because it's not one size fits all at all. So it helps me understand that other people have it not worse, not better, but just different. The way their symptoms affect them, the way that their treatments help. Um, and I find that that helps me then better explain it to people in my life who have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. I'm able to show them, this person online is affected this way and I'm affected this way. And it's two completely different scenarios, but we both suffer from the same thing.
Mhm.
And it sort of helps them understand a little bit better. So I really appreciate it in that sense. But also, I am a big fan of a little bit of dark humor around it. It makes me feel a lot better. And I think being able to have a bit of a giggle at my pain makes me feel better. And I'm not one to create that kind of content, but having the content out there makes it so much more
And there's
less
quite a few
less
people with
painful.
dark humor in the Migraine
Yeah.
Australia community.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, if you can't have fun at migraine expense, then
exactly.
there's not much else to do but
No,
laugh at it some days.
exactly right.
All right, Ella, thank you so much for talking to me and have a great Migraine Awareness Month.
Thank you, you too.